Alright, for starters, zombie Hello Kitty. Oh wait, you guys can see it. Zombie Hello Kitty fleece blanket. Alright, so, ew, lovely. Alright, so pardon my appearance, I kinda look like shit. I had a little crying session. My 14-year-old sister got me into this show that I don't know if it's still on ABC Family or not, but she found it on Netflix. It's called Make It or Break It. It's like a gymnastics show. At first I was like, oh, great. All I can do is a somersault and these girls are doing like flips and shit. Great, something I can't do. But in all honesty, the show's really good. And the thing that I'm talking about today is eating disorders. Because the reason I started crying was the one girl who just recently got on the show ended up dying because of an eating disorder, anorexia, which is something I personally can relate to. And some of you guys are probably looking at me and you're like, you? Anorexic? Please. But, yeah. Um, uh, sorry, I'm just kind of still kind of shaky because of it. And yes, Hello Kitty. I was trying to get the shower head down the other day and it kind of took a chunk out of my finger and it really hurt. But it's healing. Yay. But back to what I was saying. Sorry, my mind's just kind of all over the place right now because I'm still kind of just out of it. But, this episode really got me rattled. And I even made sure that I woke up early so I could finish watching the series. I only got about like 6 or 7 episodes left till I'm done the series, so I'm excited. But in all honesty, eating disorders are nothing to laugh about, and they're scary because I've had a couple friends who have accidentally committed suicide because of them. And some of you guys are probably thinking, like, how the fuck can you accidentally commit suicide? And some of my friends who are no longer with me, they ended up starving themselves, and it got so bad that they couldn't stop. And next thing you know, they died of heart attacks. And that's how this one girl ended up dying at the age of 17. And it scared me because I was like, oh my god, like that's what happened with a couple of my friends. And like I've battled through anorexia and bulimia. And I was dating this one guy in the beginning of 2011, and I'm not going to end up using his name, obviously, but if he watches this, he'll obviously know who he is. But, sorry, trying to get comfortable. He kept on saying that I wasn't skinny enough for him, so I stopped eating. And I was just not, like, I just wasn't, I just didn't have any energy. I was constantly just laying there, scared, because I could barely move, and it would get to the point that I wouldn't eat for days. And if I did, it would be really small portions. And I was over his house for a Memorial Day party, and his dad's girlfriend's daughter came into his room where I was just laying in his bed, and she kept asking me if I was okay. My face was pale, and you guys probably can't really tell because the lighting in here is kind of bad. I've only got one light on, and the rest of the lights are off. But there's just like the sun's coming in through the front door. But yeah, like I'm normally pretty tan to an extent. And yes, I did have to just check, but she'd bring in like a few things here and there for me to snack on just to make sure that I was okay. But in this show, like they just would not eat anything, and it reminded me of how I was, because I'd lie and say that I ate, like that I'd ended up eating, but I didn't. I ended up just pushing my food around on my plate during dinner, and as soon as my mom or my sister ended up walking away, like I'd end up quickly just throwing my food away and saying that I ended up eating, and I lost a lot of energy, and since I don't have a gag reflex, like I had to use a toothbrush to make myself throw up, and I was a mess. And I know that people get made fun of for it if they've got eating disorders, and so many people like help. I'm ashamed of it, and so many people are ashamed of it, and the only reason that I'm coming out and saying something, like I've made videos like a few months ago with like the you don't know me ones with like the note cards, but I'm actually just saying it now, obviously like with my voice and not pieces of paper. But yeah, and then my dog's kind of up the steps, walking down slowly. Yeah. Um, because I mean, this is something that's got to be said, and I mean, yeah, guys also have eating disorders, but it's mainly seen in girls. But so many people who have eating disorders think that they're alone, but you're not. And if you think that you're alone, if you think that there's nowhere that you can go, like, yeah, I'm a stranger to pretty much everyone who's watching this. I know that. But if you need someone to talk to, in the description, I'm going to end up putting my email. It gets sent to my phone. So if you guys need someone to talk to, feel free to email. Get sent to my cellular. My phone's always with me. I have a new text. I'll check that in a second. But, like, don't hesitate, because I've lost 4 friends already to eating disorders. I don't want to end up hearing that, like, someone else ended up dying from it. And I'm one of those people that if I hear that someone's battling with it, I don't judge. Like, I do not judge people at all whatsoever, because I've been judged since I was little from my dad. And I don't judge anybody at all whatsoever. Like, as you can see, I'm just wearing my college hoodie. My hair looks like shit. I'm constantly fixing it because it's just a mess right now. My voice is all cracky because I'm getting over being sick. I've got no makeup on. Like, I just, meh, I put no effort into anything anymore. So, I'm kind of just there, kind of just whatever, but kind of just rambling. But back to the topic. Um, I've been hospitalized several times for attempted suicide. Mainly because of as my screen goes dark. Thanks, computer. Go back light. Thank you. That made any sense. Because of cutting. It's not something that I'm 100% proud of. Something that I started doing because of my dad for the first time in 2nd grade. I put that in one of my past videos before. I'm a freshman in college, so cutting's kind of been with me for quite some time. My bulimia is finally not really part of my life anymore. So I've been to Foundation's behavioral health for my eating disorders, but don't get me wrong, it helped, but not really. Mainly what helped was talking to friends, and I did talk to a couple strangers. I've watched self-help videos here on YouTube, and people have left emails and cell phone numbers and stuff, and I ended up contacting them, and that's how I was able to overcome my bulimia. And still to this day, I'm in contact with one person, and I've been in contact with that person for the past few months now, and my anorexia has been in check. So, to that person, thank you very, very much. I actually owe my life to you. My weight is where it should be for my age. I'm gonna be 19 in 4 months, so yay. My voice is still kind of shaky. I'm only 5 minutes and I can't tell if it's 1 second or 7 seconds into this episode. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna be leaving my email in the description on this video, and if anyone who has a YouTube account, if you guys don't feel like emailing, just leave inboxes on YouTube. I check that daily, so don't be a stranger. And in any of my other self-help videos, don't think that I'm going to end up using your name or your screen name or anything, because it's confidential, and I know I wouldn't want someone being like, oh yeah, so-and-so came to me. That's just fucked up. So, if anyone ends up coming to me, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, so-and-so came to me and said this. No. So, yeah. If anyone is battling with either eating disorders, self-mutilation, anything like that, if you guys feel like you're alone, don't be a stranger. Just either inbox wherever the little thingy is. It's all backwards when I'm trying to point, but you guys know where it is. Or the description below has my email. It gets sent to my phone. So don't be a stranger. I will reply. And you can even if it's not on the topic, even if it's just to talk, I don't care. It can just be saying that I'm annoying. Even if it's just to get that off your chest. I don't care. So, I'm gonna end this one, and then once my episodes are over, I will upload another one most likely. So, yeah. Alrighty then. Bye. And don't be strangers. Right. Hopefully this helped. Right. Take care. And yeah, you guys are not alone. And if I'm able to help in any way, shape, or form, just let me know. And I will do whatever I can to help. So, yeah.